This is the Agriculture and Industry Room in the Historical Museum. This particular exhibit, a great amount of it involves coal mining, which of course was so important here. We have all kinds of things. And then woodworking. We have a lot of old planes and things, saws and things like that. There is a model interior of coal mine that was made years and years ago that is fascinating to look at. A lot of this wall and cabinet that I'm standing before now involves the lumbering industry and the coal mining industry, which got Garrett County off to a major start. The picture down to the doorway is very rare. That was the mill at Muddy Creek Falls, at Swallow Falls. It's been gone for who knows how long, and that's the only surviving picture of it we've ever found. There are other famous mills, other famous logging scenes. The big framed photo is the town of Crellin in the lumber mill years. This cabinet is full of miners' lamps, miners' lunch buckets, and then something that so many people like to learn about. Many of the old companies paid in scrip money, which you could only use for the company store, the company doctor, whatever. We have a lot of scrip money in this cabinet. And over here, the earliest Garrett County business still in existence is Shire's Tin Shop. And all of this down in here is from Shire's. As is Mr. Shire's first workbench, which you will see is a part of a tree. We're in the Agriculture and Industry Room where we have quite an assortment of artifacts. This cabinet over here on the top row has a collection of Melky Miller whiskey advertising, jugs, bottles. Melky Miller whiskey was made in Garrett County, which was a dry county, but had to be taken to Westernport across the county line to be sold. So you'll notice on all the bottles and all the jugs, it says Melky Miller, Accident, Maryland, Westernport, Maryland, where the things were sold. Also over here, we have a wonderful photo of the sheriff of Garrett County breaking up a still back in the Prohibition days. In the cabinet, the second down on the right, is a Bosch and Lomb exhibit. That was one of the largest industries we ever had here. In the bottom part of the cabinet, things relate to shoemaking and also to other leather working. We had tanneries here. And so all of that is very appropriate. Here beside me is the butcher block from one of the earliest butcher shops in Oakland. And actually it stood right beside this building, and it burned about the year 2000. This was given to us. The horse was from Hub's Harness Shop, which was an institution in Oakland for years. He lived into his 90s. He was our mayor for decades. He did fabulous leather work for bridles and everything imaginable. There is in one of the museums a paper mache dog like this horse that he made his dog restrainers for. Back here, as I get behind the chopping block, which is quite an old one, it was Schartzer's Meat Market, and then it was Miller's Market, which people will remember. Some people will remember. Over in the corner, we start with all the agricultural items we've been given, all of the farm items, a lot of it very, very early. There's a corn planter, everything you can imagine, a lard press. And in these cabinets, a lot of the things are also from agricultural fairs and farm dinners and things like that. You can see some of the various pieces here and there. Over here is an ice house painting, and it's of the ice house at the lake at Mountain Lake Park. That's been gone for a long, long time. The lake has, and the ice house. But a lot of ice was sawn here and loaded on the trains for refrigeration. There's an ice saw in the corner and a picture of people using an ice saw or two up against the wall. Then we're back to the coal towns, and I think we already have covered the coal towns.